Donika Emini is a political analyst and joins us now live from London. Donika, why do you think that Serbia needs to bring in compulsory conscription now?
Well, first of all, it doesn't need to bring it, but this is Serbia's policy in the region. Just a while ago, Serbia was competing with Croatia, which is a member state, on who gets to be more powerful militarily in the region. Serbia is a partner of a partnership for peace with NATO, but it has been strategically also maintaining relations with non-allied members, but also with Russia and China when it comes to military. Now, this decision being reinstated is very challenging in relation to Kosovo specifically, but also for the fact that Vucic has been calling for the Serbian troops to return to Kosovo, which might, of course, trigger yet another confrontation between Serbia and the NATO countries. The other problem that I see here is that the calling for militarization is just a part of, the overarching objective of the Serbian government, which is radicalization of the society. It is daunting to see that young people in Serbia are actually willing to fight yet another war, knowing that 20 years ago, it was the Slobodan Milosevic regime that actually caused all the bloody wars in the Balkans, and not only in Kosovo, but also in Bosnia and Herzegovina and Croatia.
Monica, how are people there in Serbia reacting to this? Is this something that they want to do?
Well, there are still members of civil society organizations in Serbia, my colleagues who work in the sector, who are mirroring the concerns that we have in Kosovo, also across the region. Obviously, they are questioning the necessity to have this decision taken at this moment. We are talking about a regime that is not problematic only for the countries in the region. We are talking about a regime which is facing massive protests within. So the use of force, not only by the military, but also by the police and the gendarmerie, is not only being exercised potentially towards neighbors, but also towards their own citizens. So Serbia is a captured state, an authoritarian regime which is posing risk internally and externally in the region.
Update us, Donika. How would you assess right now tensions, relations between Serbia and Kosovo?
It is very problematic because I just saw you reporting about yet another, conflict, which is, devastating globally. Then we have the war in Ukraine, which has been sort of put on, it's not even taking the priority in the news as much as it did before the Israel-Palestine war. And then now we have a potential conflict simmering in the region. With the Kosovo-Serbia dialogue, of course, everything is sort of depending on what the EU and the US can do in bringing the parties together. And we both know that the EU is going through elections, so there will be a gap in leadership during this year, later this year, actually. And then there will be elections in the US, and we don't know what these elections are going to bring. So we sort of depend on two very important election processes. And then we will see. Until then, we are hoping either for a status quo or that the situation doesn't worsen on the ground.
Donika, thank you so much. That's Donika Emini speaking to us live there from London. Thank you for your time and thoughts.
Thanks for having me.